Hello and welcome to the United Stand. Antoine Griezmann has handed in a transfer request to Atletico Madrid. I'm trying really hard not to grin because I know that football it's harsh on Atletico Madrid fans, but football's about winning, isn't it? And Antoine Griezmann is a player that I've said it so many times that I wanted him at Manchester United. Last summer I said he was my dream signing, even though we weren't linked to him. So to be in this position this summer where he looks like he's coming to Manchester United, I'm convinced he is, but funnily enough, the closer it gets, the more scared I get. But he has handed in a transfer request to Atletico Madrid. It's not official yet, but this has been announced, and I must get his name correctly, by Rui Antonito, at Rui Antonito on Twitter. He is a credible journalist. Many journalists on Twitter that I follow, I'm not going to say he's my source or anything like that, because that would be a lie, but many people I follow and discuss transfers with have sent this over and said, look, this guy is very credible, and for him to come out and say that, there's clearly something in it. And to be honest, it's not shocking. It's surprising in the sense that I'm surprised it's come out at this time, really. I would have thought it would come over the weekend. There was a little bit this morning about pictures with Lacazette that people were overreacting, thinking, oh, he's having pictures with Lacazette, and Lacazette's coming to Atletico Madrid, so that means he's staying. These are training photos. These are French training photos with the French national squad. They're nothing to worry about. So I've always been quite relaxed about the Griezmann deal. I felt back in November that it was more or less a done deal that he would come to Manchester United. We've had the linking from Pogba, we've had the linking from Griezmann himself last Monday, and now this big announcement, which I was talking about it last night, wasn't I? That the next step, Atletico Madrid can blow hot air as much as they like. They cannot stop this deal. The minute you put a release clause in there, then all the club like Manchester United have got to do is pay that fee, and then it's down to the player. The next positive step, if we want Griezmann, is that he puts in this transfer request. We hope that that's because he wants to come to Manchester United. Atletico Madrid can do nothing because the release clause hit. The player wants to go. They're out the game. Sorry, goodbye. Griezmann, Manchester United discuss the deal, and he comes to United and he wears the famous number 7 shirt. That is what I would expect to happen now in the next week to 10 days. And he becomes a Manchester United signing, and Manchester City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. Haha, you've just signed Wenger for 2 years. Sit down, and because this is the deal of the summer. We've got to get the deal done, of course, but you never say never. But I'm beginning to say this is going to happen. I was 95%. I'd knock it up to 98% now. I think it's been written in the stars that he'd come to Manchester United, and where else would he go? Where else would he go? A United supporting family. He loves David Beckham. The number 7 shirt, one of the most iconic shirts, if not the most iconic shirt in football, is available. Manchester United, we're not at the top of the mountain yet. We're on the way back up. What a project to come into. Champions League football, a club on a high, fantastic support worldwide, be an instant superstar, going to be absolutely adored by a fantastic club and a fantastic set of fans. Where do I sign? So yeah, very, 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 very optimistic about this deal now, and personally just very, very happy about him coming to Manchester United. Just turned 26, exactly what we want. We don't want, I don't mind if we sign like an Mbappe, a teenager, but we've got a lot of young talent. Griezmann, 26, smack bang in the middle where you'd want him to be, perfect age to take on the next few years, right at the top of his game, with Paul Pogba as well alongside him. A very, very exciting signing. And what does he bring? Well, he can play on the left, he can play on the right, he can even play at number 9. But for me, as I've always said, he's the replacement for Rooney, in behind the striker, linking up the play, got a good shot on him, and most important of all, very, very clinical. Very clinical, and we've needed that last season, and we'll get it next season with Griezmann. But for those joining a little bit late, Antoine Griezmann has handed in a transfer request to Atletico Madrid. Now, how do these things work? Speaking from a bit of experience here, the club, Atletico Madrid, are not going to come out and say that, well, they might do, but I'd very much doubt that they would come out and say that Griezmann has handed in a transfer request. That's not how it works. What will happen is it's been leaked to the press that he's done it. This Rui Antonito has obviously put it out there. It's now reverberating around social media. It'll hit the press and it will go out all around Europe, and everybody will become aware, Atletico Madrid fans, unfortunately, that Griezmann is leaving. Now, if it is fake news, and I'm seeing somebody there saying it's fake news, I don't think it is, because I've had it verified off a new number of accounts that I trust. But if it was fake news, then Griezmann would be coming out quite quickly and denying it. And as they always say, silence is golden. And it isn't. Look, there's people panicking. Let's have a look. Do you think Rooney... Oh, God, I can't read that. Simon Crane saying this is all hearsay at the moment. Look, MUFC Forever's saying experience, laugh out loud. Okay, right, okay. I think you've probably been following the United Stand for longer than 5 minutes, pal, and you'll know exactly where I'm coming from with this. The Pogba deal is very, very similar to this already, and there has been other deals. So when I say experience, I'm well into my 30s. I've experienced a number of transfer deals with Manchester United. Obviously, I'm not an agent. Obviously, I'm not intrinsically involved in the deal itself, but as fans, we will have seen a number of transfers over the years, where they start and where they end. That's what I mean by experience. And even if you don't remember that many, the Pogba deal last year, again, it starts off with trickle. You get to learn what the little nuances are in relation to what's in the media, what's said by the player, what's said by the agent, what's said by the selling club. And this is followed exactly the sort of route that you would expect, really. Lots and lots of rumours all through the season that he's coming to Manchester United. He's been constantly questioned and never denied it. No comment, why would he want to leave, etc., without point blankly saying he's not coming to Manchester United, which you would get with some players. Then you've got the comment from Griezmann last week, I'm 6 out of 10 coming to Manchester United. Then Manchester United get into the Champions League on Wednesday. Then you've got Atletico Madrid saying, oh, he's going to stay. Remember Juventus? They've got no power. Atletico Madrid actually haven't got any power because there is a release clause there. And then you get what we've got just coming out now, that Antoine Griezmann has put in the transfer request. Look, I totally get what people are on about. We experienced the same thing last year with Pogba. We experienced the same thing with Mkhitaryan. You get people coming on here saying, oh, it's fake news, I don't believe it. Oh, it's just hearsay. Look, I said it with Pogba last year. I'll say it with Mkhitaryan now. If you do your research and you know what we know, and I'm not bragging here, I'm just saying that on the United Stand we have a lot of people that we speak to, and when 9 out of 10 people, and 1 out of 10 hasn't even heard anything, but 9 out of 10 people are saying, look, this is pretty much nailed on now, then that's when we'll go live. I'm not going to go live and say we're signing for Bino at the moment, because I think we might sign for Bino, but that is a long way from us going live saying there's going to be a deal done there. And I'm not saying there's a done deal for Griezmann here. What I'm saying is, I think Griezmann will sign for Manchester United. He's clearly handed in a transfer request. There's clearly big interest from Manchester United. He has got that Manchester United link, the number 7 shirt, the Beckham, the Pogba, the support of Manchester United, the fact that we will pay the money, the fact that we need that sort of player, the fact that he can't go to Real Madrid, the fact that he won't go to Barcelona, the fact that PSG is a step down, the fact that he's not going to go to Serie A. Bayern Munich, I don't feel, have got that sort of money. So Manchester United is the obvious one here. Look, I understand some people have trepidation. I understand that some people are half glass full, some people are half glass empty, and that's your personal choice. But look, if Griezmann doesn't sign to Manchester United, the United Stand's not going to disappear. As I said with Pogba last year, if he doesn't sign, we're not going to disappear and shut down in like fear or humiliation. We're just reporting what's coming out, and I'm happy to say that Griezmann will sign for Manchester United. But I said it back in November, as did a lot of you lot. So I'm very excited about it. I'm not deluded by my love for Griezmann as the player and excitement of what he could bring to Manchester United, because I did say a year ago that he would be my dream signing, and I never thought we'd get him last summer. To be in this position where we can get him now, obviously it's very exciting. I think he fits the number 7 shirt like a glove, which we do need to fill like a glove. But yeah, I'm very, very, very excited about it. Let's take some of your comments, because obviously that's what the United Stand is all about. Tommy Herald says Antonio Ruiz, or Ruiz Antonito, extremely reliable with Atletico news. Thanks for that, Tommy. He's not, so I do follow, but it's not somebody I would have flashing up on my notifications. So I've had to, we've had to go and do a few checks. And to be fair, a lot of people had already messaged this, telling us about it anyway. So very, very reliable. Griezmann is the player we need, says Elvis. Mark, have you worked at McDonald's? Because it seems someone was having a pop at you yesterday, says Power Quessy. I don't know what you're on about there, mate. James Rodriguez also please, says Gurdeep. Well, let's not get ahead of ourselves. This is awesome news, as Jory says. Griezmann is going to Scunthorpe, says Zani. Very, very good. And as I agree with Avatar there, Griezmann will definitely solve our goal scoring dilemma. He will do, in the sense that he's clinical. If he had half the chances this season, he'd put them away that we've missed. Natia says, will Perisic come if Griezmann comes? 100%. Look, I mean, I'm not saying we're getting Perisic. What I'm saying is that sort of player will still come in. Perisic is an out-and-out winger, a wide player, a grafter to get back and up and down the flanks. Griezmann is better in the central positions, although he can play there. I think Griezmann is the number 10 behind the striker. That's where he plays for me. Mark Kessie failed Milan Medical, says the real news. That's interesting. Well, remember, we are live tonight at 8:30. This is just a very quick live reaction to some credible big news. Jordan Thompson's making me laugh. Good one. He says, great show, Stephen. A little bit of a joke all there. How about Mendy, says F. Tabo. I've got a funny feeling that we won't get Mendy. I think we'll get Fabinho from Monaco, but that's, again, based on something. But I wouldn't be going, yes. Griezmann is very difficult, and I think that is going to certainly happen now. It's the next step. He's got to remove himself from this Atletico Madrid nonsense that they are spouting all weekend. Oh, he's staying. Griezmann obviously needs to kill that. I wouldn't be surprised if Manchester United have sort of said, look, can you shut that down a bit? Because it's obviously, they want this deal to build into a crescendo of excitement, which we are building. But if we're constantly getting Atletico Madrid saying he's not coming, which I didn't believe anyway, I know some of you are like, well, Atletico Madrid is saying he's not coming. And that can breed negativity on a deal that Manchester United will want to be a big, big deal. So I think that's been shut down by the player with this transfer request, and now we'll start to build towards the signing and the big elation and statement that will be for Manchester United. Nathan, I'm not sure. What do you make of Danny Rose? Andy, I'm going to talk about that at 8:30 tonight. I don't want Danny Rose at Manchester United. Luke Shaw's a better player. And there was a good comment there. Who do you think our Monaco signing will be, says Jay? I think it'll be Fabinho. I do like Mendy, but I'd like Luke Shaw better. But I don't think we're going to get Mendy. I did say it a few weeks ago, it wouldn't surprise me, but I just feel that Man City have got more deals to be done there. I think we've been joined by quite a few full-time Devils viewers today, which you're all very welcome on the United stand. Everybody's very welcome, but yeah, there's a bit of stuff going on in the live comments. And Joss says, what do you think of Fabinho out of 10? Look, Fabinho is the player from Monaco that I said a few weeks ago I would take, because I think he's the player we need the most in relation to he can play centre defensive midfielder, which is what we need. He's mobile, he can run the ball, he's a good tackler, he breaks up the play really well, but he can also drop into centre back and right back, which I think is useful as well. I'd take Fabinho over Bakayoko, and I think Fabinho is the most useful player from Monaco for us. But there's a number of players that I think people like from there. And yeah, I'm very, very, very wanting to bring it back to Griezmann though. Very credible source by all accounts announcing that Griezmann has put in a transfer request to Atletico Madrid, which will shut down their president coming out with total nonsense that they think they've got a say in this deal. We pay the release clause, it's up to Griezmann. And I think, we are moving down that exciting path now. Very soon we'll be going Griezmann signs for Manchester United. So absolutely fantastic. Really, really happy about it. I can't say I'm shocked, because I felt this was going to happen for a long time. But I am getting a little bit nervous now, because you just want it to be official. But we're not far off from it at all. Thanks everybody for watching. Get commenting. I know a lot of you will not have been able to see this because of school and journeys home and work and university and whatever like that. But we are live at 8:30, and I'm sure we'll pick it up a little bit then, when there may well be a little bit more news coming in as well. But remember to drop a like on the video, subscribe to the United Stand if you're new, get all your latest Manchester United transfer news here throughout the summer, and join the debate, because that's what it's all about. Some people still think it's not going to happen. It's your opinion. I'm not going to shut you down. My personal opinion is that it will happen. I felt that for a long time, and this is very, very credible, and it's the natural progression. The Atletico Madrid nonsense needed to be shut down. So great, absolutely great. And Griezmann, I think, will appease a lot of those fans who are getting a bit negative about some of the signings, obviously in relation to Perisic and maybe Michael Keane. But let's get, Griezmann is obviously going to shut a lot of people up, especially our rivals, because you can sign Bernardo Silva, you can sign who you like, but Griezmann is in the top 3 or 4 players in the world, and he's going to be at Manchester United very soon. Chris Albert's just informed me it's half term. It is. I should know that myself. But thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you all at 8:30. And yeah, it's getting interesting, isn't it? It's getting very, very interesting. Speak to you all at 8:30. Don't forget to drop a like. And if you are new, just subscribe and get involved.